Alright guys, welcome back to ErebosGamingHD. So we got Joe Frazier again, believe it or not. He was the only person I could really fight that give me any sort of rank boost. He was sort of the same rank, he was sort of the same as last time, so I just thought I'd pick him again, hopefully try and improve on the round which I beat him last time, which I believe was round 6. So, assuming I can obviously get a better round knockout, say if I knock him out round 5, at least it's an improvement. I've learnt a little bit from the last one. I'm not going to run in as much this time, I'm going to sort of stay on the back foot, and hopefully he'll walk on some of my shots. I do apologise, I've got a little bit of the flu. Again, I don't know what's going on. The nose is really stuffy, so if I sound a little bit nasally, then that's why. So yeah, this is obviously going to be a very similar fight to last one. Don't know whether it's worth obviously showing the whole lot if it does go a fair way, because it's going to be very similar, but at least I can give you guys an idea of what I'm doing differently compared to the last one. It gives me a good chance to show that. So obviously before I was doing this sort of stuff, just going forward and just sort of planting them on him. What I'm trying to do this time is sort of stay away a little bit, and hopefully he'll walk onto the shots like how you'd expect to fight. If you notice, I'm staying just out of range, just in range so that my punches land but his don't. Obviously I'm getting a little bit close there, but sort of this range here that I'm at now is probably the most effective. Not when he sort of jumps forward, but so this range is the perfect range you need to be at. You need to look out for obviously them looping left hands that he comes in with, which he caught me with. Got quite fortunate that I didn't do more damage, to be honest with you. But yeah, coming to like the last 20 seconds of the first round, pretty comfortable win, to be honest with you. This first round, can't see any way in which the judges could give the round to Frazier in this one. He's only landed about 3 or 4 clean shots, and I've landed, you know, on and above 20 at least. So the percentages aren't great recovery wise. I believe that even with my lower recovery that I will end up being higher anyway, because I think Joe Frazier's thrown more punches even though he hasn't actually landed as many, so I think it won't work in his favour very much. But it's not a perfect first round by any stretch, but we should be on target to beating this guy, you know, a little bit sooner than before. Even if I just get the same round, I'm quite happy with that. But yeah, because obviously I'm going to be doing more damage per round, I'm going to be doing more effective hits per round, but obviously the way in which I'm going to be fighting this time as opposed to last time means that it's a little bit more reliant on the computer. So you could find that even though I am doing statistically more damage per, say, 5 punches or so compared to what I was last time, it might take me actually longer, or at least the same amount of time, to actually do the job, because I need him to be in particular places at particular times, which can take time to get. Whereas last time I was just running forward and just planting loads of shots on him. I was missing loads of shots, but I was obviously getting the same damage done, even though it was fatiguing me a little bit. So as you can see, obviously hit him with 2 shots there, took his health down to, you know, about 2, well, but he probably had about 3/4 to, in all fairness, but it did do a good portion of his health. And one of the shots was a hook as well, and I haven't really got my hooks up. I think I've put my right hook up a slight amount, but they're very sort of situational punches, the hooks. When you're fighting like this, you're only really using your hooks when you're sidestepping out from the ropes, possibly using them as a counter, but your jabs and straights are so much more effective that, you know, you're rarely using your hooks. So obviously complete difference if you're Joe Frazier. Most of the shots he's going to be throwing are hooks. Jabs and straights when I'm walking away to sort of keep the shots on, back me into a corner, then he should be throwing hooks and uppercuts and stuff. Not a fan of uppercuts, you've probably noticed. I literally never throw them. I never throw them primarily because when you're throwing them on the analog stick, it can be sort of hit and miss whether you get it or not, and sometimes you throw a hook instead of an uppercut, and that can be the difference between knocking the guy out and getting knocked out, is by throwing the wrong punch at the wrong time. So obviously that's why I don't throw many uppercuts, in case you're wondering. I know you can obviously throw uppercuts with the buttons by pressing, say, circle and X and circle and square and X and circle and X, whatever, but it's just too much like risk in my eyes throwing the uppercuts for very, very little reward, because they aren't great punches to throw. If you're playing someone like Ali that's got good uppercuts as standard, if you play on head-to-head, then I tend to throw some then. They tend to be good for counters, uppercuts. If you land a good uppercut counter, you're going to be taking a hell of a lot of health off them, especially if they're already, sort of quite fatigued on the stamina side of things. Then a good counter uppercut can finish the day. But as I say, you can sort of misdo the manoeuvre and you can end up throwing a hook, and that's going to give you completely different results than if you were to throw the uppercut. So that's why I don't throw them so much. As I said, once I get my belts and stuff, I'll start being a little bit more sort of open and trying to sort of be a little bit more risky. Until obviously it comes to the end. I've got a challenge from a guy that got, I think, 80 something wins on greatest of all time. So I'm just want to try and beat that before the doctor makes me retire, which apparently is a thing. The doctor can actually make you retire, which I thought was quite interesting. I've never played the legacy mode long enough to find out that, so we'll soon find out when we get to it. And this doesn't look like I'm going to actually get this guy knocked out before the 6 rounds. At this pace anyway. If I can land a good couple of shots, maybe put him on a flash stun or something, then perhaps I could get him down sooner. But at the rate that it's going now, I can't seem to get him in the right places to land the big shots. Like even then, even though he come forward, I should have done a jab straight there, like I did there. But obviously I threw the right hand, hoping to get a good result, but he managed to get his guard back up in time. So it's quite a tricky opponent, Joe Frazier, to be honest. Even being a southpaw doesn't help. Although it does look like he's changed his stance a little bit. He almost stands square on, Joe Frazier. He's a strange person to fight. I'm fairly sure he is a southpaw, but I don't know why he's fighting right-handed at the minute. Yeah, it's weird that. But anyway, yeah, it's I think maybe the computer. I don't know. That's really confusing me now. I've only just realised that. I thought Joe Frazier was southpaw. It looks like he's fighting right-handed. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, to be honest. Unless Joe Frazier isn't a southpaw, but I'm fairly sure that he is. Either way, he's quite a tricky guy. He almost stands head on. It's quite weird how the character is. As you can see, both hands on Joe Frazier are effective. His left hand I know his left hand's definitely more powerful than his right, just from experience. The amount of times I've been stunned by a left hook by Frazier's just been ridiculous, and the right hand not so much. When I'm online, of course, if I'm using Joe Frazier, I'm always going for the left hook finish as opposed to the right hand finish. And my nose is so stuffy, I do apologise. There's no point me restarting this and doing it again, the commentary after, because it'll be no better if I tried to do this afterwards, so I may as well just carry on. I thought I could have got him out there, I was trying to throw the hooks, trying to sort of catch him on the face and do the damage, but it doesn't look like I could. I could maybe get a knockdown here. I could have, actually, if I'd have stayed still and didn't move, because he threw a wild punch. I could have finished it there. I've got a minute or so left, can do this, and then that'll be a couple of rounds early, which would be very, very nice. What I don't want to do is waste too much energy, and you see what I've done. I've sort of gone into the same mistake I was doing last time. I've started walking forward again, and you can see, like, he's just keeping his guard up. He's not letting me really break it, and that can waste a lot of stamina. Well, a lot of my stamina, of course. It's not so much for him. Won't be doing his guard any good, but you'd rather your guard be a little bit weaker than be on the floor, I suppose. See, I went to the body there just to try and sort of take a little bit of that stamina away. If he had a bit less stamina, then he'd have gone then that round. But it doesn't look like he's going anywhere now. Looks like it's going to be round 5. I don't know if I'll get him out round 5, because he's still got a fair amount of stamina. It's been quite an interesting fight, I went in this with this idea of doing this different game plan, and credit to the computer. I mean, it's just happened to sort of grab me into the same thing I was doing last time. You can see I'm just going forward again. because it does look as though there's openings. You know, it looks like he's making a lot of openings, and when I go in there, you know, he sticks his guard up, he just lets me throw and hit his guard, and then, you know, that's just wasting my stamina. But it is working, you know. If I'm going to try and improve on my round, I need to do something like that now. Who knows, if I'd have stayed on the back foot the whole time, maybe he'd already been knocked out, but I'm going to have to sort of move forward a little bit when I get a chance. And he's hitting through my guard quite easily, you can see. There's a good uppercut there. To be fair, he's doing quite well. Even when I'm on the back foot, he's still managing to break the guard and get through. If that carries on, then it's going to be really, really difficult. If he keeps on punching through his guard like that, that's what I need. I need more of those counters. That's what I'm trying to get. When he's throwing them hooks and stuff like that, I'm just trying to block counter and hit him. I don't really want to weave too much because it can take a lot of your stamina away. If you're doing loads and loads of weaves and you know you're not getting much return, it can actually cost you quite a lot. I've been in fights before where I've been against like Mike Tyson and he's been winning, knocked me down a couple of times, and he's in a much stronger position, and they've been really cocky and just started weaving around constantly, just weave, and before you know it, you can sort of realise that like they've just wasted so much stamina. You know, hit him in the body a couple of times, and before you know it, you turn the fight back around. So yeah, that's why I don't weave a lot. I mean, I do it, but it's nowhere near as much as like I probably could and make use of. I'm quite cagey with my stamina sometimes because I'm such an aggressive fighter that I need to save it wherever I can, and that's just one thing that's had to go, I suppose, the weaving, or at least the constant weaving anyway. I just need a couple of good shots, and it looks like I'm not going to be able to do it, guys. Looks like it's going to be around 6 minimum. I should be able to take him out this round now, looking at his health. It's not good that I couldn't improve on it last time, but you know, it won't be bad as long as I don't have this go to like round 7, 8. Because yeah, he's definitely going to go this round. I mean, look how low his health went after 2 punches. I just need to, this guy's going to go soon. He's got his guard up constantly. You can sort of work out the computer when he's weak. He'll just have his guard up even without you even being near him. It's weird. Oh, that could have finished it there. I don't know why that did hardly any damage to him. Oh wow. Now that was just cruelty. I did not even expect him. He tried to get his guard up, it just wasn't quick enough. Unbelievable. Cruel. Didn't even give him a chance to go on stun, it was just bang bang. I should have this guy now. Yeah, look at him. Every time he throws, he's just so weak after. At least when he throws like a multiple punch combination, he's just got no stamina left. And if I throw any punches, he's just gone. The computer doesn't tend to realise when to not throw combos. If I was Joe Frazier now, I wouldn't even throw another punch for the rest of the round. But he's gone. Jesus, that combination. 1, 2, 3, bang. Lovely, absolutely lovely. That should be it now. I can't see him getting up from that. There's no point in him getting up because it's not going to do anything. Where is he? Nah, he's gone. Well, it was fun, guys. I mean, I tried to get higher than round 6, but looks like we're the same as last time. So this will be our 17th fight, I think, if I remember correctly. 17th fight, because we did the amateurs in one video, didn't we? So that was video 1, and then video 2 was fight 1. So yeah, this should be our 17th fight. Let's double check that. See, no uppercuts thrown again. Well, I'm quite impressed with the punch stats there. Pretty much 60% punch rate accuracy, so quite chuffed with that. It's certainly not going to knock the stats down anyway. Come on, loading screen. Yeah, it's quite disappointing that I couldn't improve that. That's 17th fight. My connect percentage has gone up to 53. My KO percentage has also gone up, and obviously there we can see my rank certainly getting there on the rank. I haven't really improved on my rank, but as I say, there was no other fight I could take other than Joe Frazier again, so we'll can you do? Can't force them to give me another fighter. Hopefully we should be getting the title shot soon. Then once I've got the title, it should be easy pickings. And obviously, I have to fight a couple of good mandatories. They tend to be probably the most difficult. Mandatory fights tend to be harder to win than the actual title belt itself, because they put like the best fighter against you. So, okay, settings to show you guys, greatest of all time, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.